I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized.
Meanwhile,
Big mama. Big mama. That big mama.
She would take pictures of herself in a bikini and upload them to her lonely male followers on social media. Then Angel Reese would turn around and complain about being over-sexualized. Lonely men keep telling me to take more clothes off. It's so unfair.
Angel Reese, the so-called queen of trash talk, just got a taste of instant karma, and the whole basketball world watched it happen in real time. After all the flexing, finger-pointing, and not-so-subtle jabs at Caitlin Clark, Angel and her Chicago Sky got absolutely humiliated by the Indiana Fever. And what did Reese do next? Own up to it? Shake hands and keep it pushing? Nope, she played the victim. Get ready, because we're about to break down this explosive matchup, the fallout, and how the narrative is quickly shifting. This is the full story behind Angel Reese's embarrassing meltdown.
Nobody, like you got no time. You literally got a bra on and booty shorts on with your booty cheek hanging out the bottom of it. Like, why?
I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and like not be there for them. So
Caitlin Clark's silent revenge, and why karma might just have a favorite team in Indiana. Angel Reese came into the WNBA riding a wave of fame, social media buzz, and a whole lot of attitude. She made headlines not just for her college championship run with LSU, but for taunting Caitlin Clark with the now infamous "you can't see me" hand wave. But here's the thing, when you talk big, you've got to back it up. Since entering the league, Angel has been more known for her drama than dominance. From cryptic tweets to post-game shade to interviews filled with passive-aggressive commentary, Reese has done everything except consistently win games. And when she had her chance to prove she belonged in the same conversation as Caitlin Clark.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader. Outside of rebounding her own missed layups, what does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
She flopped. The Chicago Sky rolled into Indiana for a highly anticipated showdown with the Fever. The tension was thick. The drama was already writing itself. This was the matchup the media had hyped up for weeks. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, round one in the pros. But as soon as the ball tipped off, it was obvious who came to play and who didn't. Caitlin Clark didn't say a word. She didn't point fingers. She didn't dance after buckets. She just hooped. Hitting logo threes, dropping dimes, controlling the tempo, Clark was locked in like a veteran all-star. Meanwhile, Angel Reese struggled from the opening quarter. She missed easy shots, looked out of sync, and couldn't contain Indiana's front court.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
Worse yet, she showed visible frustration on the court, throwing her hands up, complaining to refs, and looking mentally checked out as the Fever ran away with the game. By halftime, Indiana was up double digits. By the fourth quarter, it wasn't even a contest. Final score? A blowout win for the Fever. Humiliating for Chicago. Humbling for Reese. Clark's silent revenge. Caitlin Clark never needed to clap back on Twitter. She didn't need to respond to Reese's subtle jabs in press conferences. She let her game do the talking, and it spoke volumes. In the second half, Clark went nuclear. Deep threes, no-look assists, and the kind of leadership that made everyone around her better.
Folks, there were people in the crowd
getting there early, saying, hey, Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey, Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey, Sophie, can you sign my picture? There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born yet the last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points. There were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' minds at the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2.
Even with defenders swarming her, she never looked rattled. She never stooped to the level of trash talk or dirty play. That's what made it so poetic. It wasn't just a win, it was revenge. Classy, quiet, devastating revenge. And as the buzzer sounded and the Indiana crowd exploded in celebration, Clark didn't wave her hand in front of Reese's face. She didn't point. She just walked off the court with a grin. Now that's how you handle business. Here's where things went from embarrassing to downright pathetic. After the game, instead of acknowledging the loss or giving credit to the Fever, Angel Reese took to social media with vague posts about being targeted, doubted, and disrespected.
Angel Reese gets up, Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her, Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. Hey man, this was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed. Look at her, she was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out. What's going on?
Interviews the next day were full of excuses. Bad calls, missed opportunities, and the classic, "we'll bounce back." But no accountability, no ownership, just deflection. She even liked tweets suggesting the refs were biased. Others claimed she was being picked on because of who she is and where she comes from. The same player who built her brand on trash talk suddenly wanted sympathy. That's when fans, and even some former pros, started calling her out. Because you can't demand the spotlight when things are going great and then hide from it when it's your turn to eat humble pie. That's not how sports work. That's not how life works. WNBA fans aren't buying it.
I thought Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were cool, but I don't know, man. The way Angel got up, she was like, Look at her. Ooh. I mean, she was getting after it, fam. Oh my goodness. Now, the funny thing was Caitlin Clark sniffing, walking away. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good angle. Yeah, look. watch Caitlin Clark's face right here. Watch this.
The reaction online was swift and unforgiving. Comment sections lit up with fans saying, "This is what happens when you talk but can't walk." Others asked why Reese always blames others instead of just improving her game. Even WNBA legends subtly threw shade. One former player tweeted, "Respect the game, own your performance, or get left behind." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was being praised for her maturity, poise, and relentless work ethic. The contrast couldn't be clearer. One is focused on playing ball. The other seems more focused on building a brand, even if the game suffers for it. And the numbers don't lie. Clark continues to lead in jersey sales, fan votes, and media buzz. Reese, she's slipping, and fast. Let's talk about the locker room dynamics. Indiana is building a culture around trust, discipline, and collective effort. Clark, Nalissa Smith, Aaliyah Boston, they're forming something special. You can see it in how they move the ball, how they huddle during timeouts, how they fight through tough stretches. Chicago, not so much. There are visible cracks. Body language is off. Players seem disconnected. And Angel Reese, who was supposed to be a cornerstone, is already at the center of controversy and finger-pointing. That kind of energy is toxic in a locker room.
I come from, this is tacky. There's nothing cute about this. I mean, yeah, what has that got to do with basketball? I mean, honestly. But don't you criticize her. Don't you do it, Rhodes. I mean, that's supposed to be, boy, that's great for a supposed role model to young women. It's disgusting. It is.
And when your team is struggling, it only makes things worse. You need leaders, not distractions. Accountability, not excuses. What we witnessed in that Indiana game was karma in real time. Angel Reese made a name for herself by clowning Caitlin Clark on the national stage. She doubled down in interviews. She leaned into the narrative of being the bad girl of women's hoops. And now, she's on the wrong side of highlight reels. She's getting outplayed, outclassed, and outworked by the very player she mocked. It's the perfect example of what happens when style meets substance and loses, when ego meets execution and gets exposed. The message is simple: respect the game, or the game will humble you. So where do they go from here? For Caitlin Clark, the sky's the limit. She's getting better every game. She's building chemistry with her teammates. She's becoming the face of the WNBA without needing to trash anyone to do it. For Angel Reese, it's a crossroads. She can turn this around.
Kathy Engelbert, no space for hate, but you got your players putting this kind of stuff out and you expect people to not be critical of it. That's what you expect. It's not going to happen. Your players in your league are going to get criticized. I've said I think she'll be out of basketball in 2 to 3 years because she wants to be a podcaster, wants to be a social media influencer, doesn't really want to be a basketball player. If she does, she might play in Unrivaled, but not the WNBA. Her game seems to be more suited for that league.
She has the talent. She has the platform. But it starts with dropping the victim mentality, cutting the drama, and focusing on her game. There's still time for her to grow, not just as a player, but as a professional. But if she keeps walking this path of excuses and theatrics, the league will move on without her. The WNBA is more competitive than ever. The spotlight is brighter than ever, and only the real ones will thrive. Caitlin Clark didn't need to clap back at Angel Reese.
Caitlin would never embarrass herself like that. No, she wouldn't. I mean, she just wouldn't. I mean, what are we doing?
She let her game do it for her, and that's the biggest flex of all. Angel Reese can keep tweeting, keep liking shady posts, keep spinning the story. But at the end of the day, the scoreboard doesn't lie, and the fans are watching. This wasn't just a loss. It was a lesson, one that Reese needed, one that Clark delivered, one that every young athlete should take to heart.
Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game?
Let your game speak, and make sure it has something worth saying. What do you think? Did Angel Reese get what was coming to her? Is Caitlin Clark proving she's on a different level? And can Reese recover her game and her image before it's too late? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more WNBA updates.